One of the main highlights of OpenTunnel Designer 2025 is the technology preview feature that is called Rebar Modeler. Basically, a Rebar Modeler is an engine that is based on ProStructures, Rebar modeling tools. So with this new workflow, you will be able to add and model reinforcement on your concrete elements, but also you will be able to create drawings, reports, bar bending schedules, so on and so forth. All of these new options are identically with the one from ProStructures. So for additional information, please visit the ProStructure help file or ProStructure resources that we have on internet. The addition of the rebar elements can be done on two workflows. One is by adding the data directly in the OpenTunnel model, and the second one is to contain the rebars in a model that is referencing the OpenTunnel model. The second workflow is the one that we are recommending because this will give you the option to manipulate the OpenTunnel model without affecting the rebar elements. We'll have a look now on how we can add some reinforcement on our objects. We have the predefined tools that are coming from ProStructures. These are parametric tools that are created specifically for vertical structures. You may use some of them for some elements, but in most of the cases, you will use the custom placement that is using guidelines and different positions of the element. One of the most important things is the fact that you will have to define your concrete code. In my case, I have activated Eurocode 2 code, but it's easy to activate different codes based on your needs. Just set this as a default or set this as current. We'll have a look on one of the tools. Let's say we would like to reinforce this section of the auxiliary. This can be done using slab reinforcing. We'll input here the concrete cover, the dimensions for the bars, the spacing, and then we'll just select the concrete on which we want to place that reinforcement. If we would like to add end conditions and modify the angles, so on and so forth, that is very easy to do. We will accept the input, and now we can visualize the output. Let's say we would like to reinforce to put a bar here at the base of this solid. We'll just need to extract the geometry of the bar. For that, we can use the extract faces edges command. I will select that I would like to extract that edge. I will select the solid, and you can see that by clicking on this edge, I have now extracted this red line that represents the center line of the bars that I would like to place. Another thing that I will need, it will be a path. Either I can manually draw a line, or again, I can extract from this solid a line, and then I will just do a distribution of bars. I will select the concrete on which I want to place it. I will select center line of the bar, and also I will select the path. If I would like to create a custom definition also using the single rebar distribution without extracting the edges. I can select the solid. Then I can say maybe this is a stirrup. I will choose lower diameter. And what I can do is I can simply click on the elements. And then for the distribution for the path, I can do the same way. And this will create the bars for me. You may notice that at this point, if we'll turn off the referenced file, you will notice that this tool has automatically created a concrete solid overlay. This means that all of these commands need a concrete on which they will attach the reinforcement. By default, the parametric tools consider that the solid that you have selected, it's already a parametric solid, and it's a solid that they will recognize. For custom reinforcement, and most of the times, this concrete overlay will be needed. Another thing that the user can do is we can create from the beginning concrete overlays for our objects. We can also give here names. We can also give materials. And all of this information will be visible in the reports that the Rebar modeler is creating. By doing this, we are ghosting the open tunnel model, and we will be able to work and reinforce these elements without the need of modifying the open tunnel solids. Of course, we can modify the rebars that we have placed. We can do positioning if we would like. We can create here macros for defining the positioning, the bar marks. If we want to mark the straight bars, very varying bar sets, I will choose all in this case. And now you can see here the information. And if we will select one of the bars, now under bar properties, we can see all the information that we need. Let's now generate some drawings. We'll just activate the tunnel model again so that we can see concrete elements. We'll create a drawing. Make sure that you have the dedicated seed file for the generation of this type of drawings. So you will also have to look for the drawing seeds that start with RB. And we'll create a section callout, increase a little bit the scale, and generate the drawings. So right now the drawing has been generated for us. We can inspect it. We can see that the bars have been symbolized. We can now come and place text, add positioning, add labels to the elements that we just created.